Jack's video was played in public, and everyone laughed at him. He felt utterly helpless, because he had always dreamed of becoming a basketball player. But no matter how hard Jack tried, it was like he was cursed. He couldn't make a single shot. He even tripped over himself while dribbling. Jack had no basketball talent at all, but he idolized one player, Kevin Durant. To cheer him up, Jack's father took him to see Durant's game in person. During the final raffle, Jack was incredibly lucky to be chosen for an on-court interaction. At that moment, something magical happened. If Jack could make a basket, he would win $20,000. However, his classmates were also at the game, mocking Jack and preparing to record his embarrassment. Jack, full of excitement, threw the ball, but it ended up hitting the team mascot. Durant, seeing this, smiled and gave the kid an encouraging blessing.
Hey, take this, man. You're gonna make that next shot.
I wish I had your talent.
I wish I could give it to you, man, but look, hard work beats talent, and the talent fails to work hard.
Yeah.
Neither of them could have imagined that Jack would actually gain Durant's basketball talent. From that day on, whatever Jack threw, it would always land perfectly in the hoop. Even random objects could spin effortlessly on his fingertips. Both Jack and his friends were stunned. Jack simply thought his daily practice had finally paid off. Later that evening, Jack and his friend went to the fair, where they ran into John, the classmate who always mocked him. John was desperately shooting hoops, trying to win a prize for Lucy, but his aim was terrible. He couldn't even hit the rim. Jack couldn't help but laugh, and John, annoyed, threw him the ball, mocking him not to hit the mascot again. Encouraged by his friend, Jack decided to leave, but he couldn't resist. He turned around and threw the ball. It went straight into the basket. Everyone was stunned. John assumed it was just luck, and handed him another ball. But once again, swish, nothing but net. Shot after shot, Jack made every single one. John was humiliated and stormed off, while Jack won the prize for Lucy, a stuffed toy she'd wanted. He handed it to her with a smile, and the two walked away together. The next day, Jack wanted to confirm his suspicion. He started shooting hoops non-stop. Even as he increased the distance, the ball always went in. The feeling thrilled him. His dribbling, once clumsy, was now smooth and controlled. Even slam dunks were effortless. Jack was overjoyed, believing he had finally awakened his hidden talent. Meanwhile, Durant's situation was the complete opposite. No matter what he tried, he couldn't make a single basket. The ball bounced off the rim, or sometimes didn't even reach it. For days, Durant hadn't made a single successful shot. Even his coach began to doubt his commitment, thinking Durant no longer wanted to play. Durant couldn't explain what was happening. Standing right under the hoop, he made a close shot, and the coach praised him, thinking his form had returned. But as soon as he turned to shoot again, the ball slipped out of his hands. Meanwhile, Jack was defeating everyone on his school's basketball team. The boy who once couldn't score a single point was now beating all the starters with ease. Finally, the two coaches challenged him together, but Jack broke through their defense effortlessly and finished with a powerful dunk. That moment made him the newest member of the school team. Durant's life, however, continued to spiral. Even a simple commercial took dozens of takes. He couldn't land a shot no matter what. Everyone thought he was being difficult, but he was genuinely trying his best. Soon, TV hosts began mocking Durant's sudden decline. No one understood what was happening to him. Jack, on the other hand, was unstoppable. He led his school team to victory after victory, advancing all the way to the national tournament. He became a campus hero, gaining fame and fans. His story spread to radio stations across the country, and eventually caught the attention of Durant's assistant. The assistant began watching closely, realizing Jack's movements and habits were identical to Durant's, and Durant's decline began right after giving Jack that blessing. The assistant came up with a bold theory. After witnessing Jack's game in person, he was certain Durant's talent had somehow transferred to Jack. Durant thought the idea was absurd, but the assistant insisted and took him to meet Jack. He urged them to shake hands, hoping the power would return, but Durant still couldn't make a basket. No matter how many chances he created for them to touch, nothing changed. Jack, meanwhile, was enjoying the fame. He basked in the attention, losing himself in the thrill of being admired. Durant's performance, on the other hand, grew worse and worse. His team was even at risk of missing the playoffs. The assistant finally told Jack the truth, but Jack refused to believe it. He insisted his success was the result of his own effort, not some magical transfer. The assistant urged him to think carefully about everything that had happened. Deep down, Jack knew something wasn't right, but he didn't want to wake up from the dream. It wasn't until a heartfelt conversation with his coach that Jack finally came to his senses. He realized that real success comes only from hard work and perseverance. So he made up his mind to return the talent that was never his to begin with. Because someone else's gift might earn you applause for a moment, but only your own effort can win you respect for a lifetime. Former NBA superstar Kevin Durant couldn't even make a single shot anymore. He had been practicing on the court for 3 straight hours, and even the old janitor at the door just kept shaking his head. 3 hours had passed, yet Durant hadn't made a single basket. Durant's assistant brought Jack along to find out the truth. He suspected that Jack had somehow taken Durant's basketball talent by accident.
I want to give your talent.
You got him believing this nonsense too? That's it. I told you it wasn't helping me in the first place. After the season, we're gonna sit down and have a long talk.
Show him.
Show me what?
Watch this. Get up and play.
Durant didn't believe a word of it. It just sounded way too ridiculous. but when he watched Jack play, he noticed every move, every gesture, every habit was exactly like his own. Still, Durant thought Jack must have just been studying and copying him. When the assistant asked Jack to show Durant's signature move, Durant laughed and said that was impossible. That move was something only he could pull off. But to everyone's shock, Jack performed it perfectly and effortlessly. At that moment, Durant finally believed what the assistant had said. The three of them decided to recreate the same scene from that day, hoping it would help Durant get his talent back. They tried over and over, repeating every single detail from that night, but nothing worked. They even tried using a small electric shock device to mimic the zap they'd felt when Durant had handed Jack the ball, but still nothing happened. Eventually they gave up. Jack explained that he never meant for any of this to happen, and Durant reassured him, saying he understood. But the truth was, Durant's next game was crucial. If he lost, his team would miss the playoffs. Meanwhile, Jack went to see Lucy. He confessed everything that he had somehow gained Durant's talent. Lucy didn't believe such a crazy story, so Jack showed her a video of what had happened that night. Then suddenly Jack thought of a way they might switch their talents back. He jumped on his bike and rode as fast as he could to find Durant. By then Durant's game was already halfway through, and his team was trailing by a huge margin. Jack burst into the arena, raced through the tunnel, and found Durant backstage. By coincidence, the team's mascot was nearby, the same mascot from that fateful night. Jack grabbed a basketball and threw it right at the mascot. Then he and Durant repeated the same lines from that moment. A spark flashed, literally. They both felt the same electric jolt through the ball. Durant instantly knew his talent had returned. When he went back onto the court, he was unstoppable. His shots were perfect, his movements fluid. He led his team to an incredible comeback victory, securing a spot in the playoffs. The next morning, Jack woke up and realized everything had gone back to normal. He no longer had any special ability. He couldn't make a single shot again. Now with another important school game coming up, Jack was filled with doubt. He had no confidence at all. When his teammates passed him the ball, he just passed it back. At one point he even threw the ball out of bounds. When he finally gathered the courage to shoot, the ball didn't even touch the rim. As the crowd looked on in disbelief, Jack finished the first half in silence. But when the second half began, he noticed Durant sitting in the audience. That moment gave him strength. He remembered how Durant kept training hard even after losing all his talent. When talent disappears, hard work is your only card left to play. Basketball isn't a one-man sport. So Jack gathered his teammates together, and with newfound confidence, he became the soul of the team. Even if his own skills weren't enough, he gave his all to assist and motivate everyone. They fought for every ball, every point, and the gap between the two teams started to shrink. In the final 10 seconds, they were still down by 2. Jack passed the ball to a teammate, but the teammate threw it right back to him. Jack passed it again, but the opponent blocked the shot. The ball bounced back into Jack's hands. Only 4 seconds remained. Without thinking, Jack shot the ball toward the hoop. The buzzer sounded, and the ball swished cleanly through the net. They had won. Jack had proven himself. That talent may make you shine for a moment, but hard work is what takes you further in life.